Welcome. So, there's been a new update to Fish, and I'm not speaking about the depths update because you all know already what the depths update is, the vertical expansion, and there's nothing special about it because people have already made videos about on what this place is, what fish you can get here, the bestiary, and the rod. But I'm just here to show us the Abyssal enchant and then some patches. First patch I'll mention is the change to rarities. Basically, it's a new rarity to the game. So, in the old update or the previous update, the ancient death serpent would be called event fish, and I'm pretty sure Nessie is also an event fish, and that's what kind of confused people because one's limited, one's just from event, and now they've changed it. So, ancient death serpent and the key is now exotic, and as you can see, it's rainbow, and the chat message is also rainbow. Speaking of that, there's another change that they've done. Okay, so this one's actually really important. They've fixed the rarity. Okay, so like I said, they fixed the rarity. You can't catch legendaries and mythics as frequent anymore, but yeah, your chance of catching mythicals and legendaries are quite lowered now. You've probably realized that there's a progression speed now, and the resilience or the gaps the fish jumps is enlarged. So basically, yeah, they've changed the strength of the fish, the amount of times it jumps, and then they've added progression speed to mythicals and legendaries. For the last part of the depths, right, is this fish right here, the burial eye fish. It used to be never be catchable because it wasn't added in the game, and basically it's obtainable now. And the hint it used to give, and it still gives, is that you can catch this fish at a bioluminescent location. So I can't show it to you now because you can only catch it during the dark event where the ancient death serpent hotspot shows, and that's basically how you catch it. You catch it during a hotspot. And let's see if we get it. This should be it because it's minus 15% progression speed. And let's see if we can catch it. It is pretty easy to catch. There we go. Real eye fish. So, yeah, there you go. And there's one more small fix or just change to the depths, but it's basically the models of the fish. I'm pretty sure the goblin shark's still the same size, but the mutated shark has gotten a change. So, you see how big this mutated shark is? If we go to a mutated shark, you can see there's some changes. I'm pretty sure it used to be a lot bigger, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it used to be a lot bigger. And then, oh yeah, here's the burial eye fish, by the way, if you're wondering how it looks. It's pretty nice. But the Nautilus, yeah, size change as well. As you can see, it's, yeah. And then, where is it? Sea snake. Yeah, this is a perfect example. Look how small it is now. It's not big. Ancient eel as well. It's small. And now let's get to some other changes. That's not really important, but crab cages. It's one of the best ways, or was one of the best ways to get XP, but they've changed it. Firstly, this isn't with the hotfix, it just came with the depths update. You can't spam them now. You can hear how I'm spamming my mouse. You can't stack them on top of each other at all anymore. So you can't make money through sea mines anymore. It's completely fixed. And then what they've added to this patch is you get 50% less EXP from the crab cages. So for those of you who know, crab cages were the best way to get EXP in the game. But now they've fixed it. It's not a reliable source to get XP from anymore at all. Now, come to the Rod of the Depths. What's happened to it is it's gotten a buff, I'm pretty sure. The resilience on the rod was 8.5. When the patch dropped, it was negative 20%. But then they realized how bad it is because they added progression speed to the fish down here. They almost immediately changed it to 10%. It's quite good because things like the Trident Rod has 0% resilience and this has 10% resilience. So it's quite nice. It's pretty useful to catch fish down here because they do jump a lot. So speaking of rods, the sunken rod, we all know it. We all wanted it. It's not as good of a rod as I first thought it was. but it's gotten a buff. Its lure speed and resilience has been increased. I'm not entirely sure by how much because I don't own the rod and I don't know the past stats of it. But I know it's an improvement because the sunken rod in the past was just used to catch treasure maps, and it still is. So having an increase in lure speed is quite nice because you can get treasure maps faster. But on that note, speaking of treasure maps, the rarity of it has changed from 1 in 350 to 1 in 160 fish core. But the thing is, treasure maps in general are not good. The only thing they can give is extremely rare chance for Aurora. The only thing I don't like about treasure maps is the fact that you have to go and look for every treasure map. As you can see, I have quite a lot, but you have to go look for everything, and I really can't be bothered doing that. Another change to models is the stalactite. Stalactite is the big giant spike, or the spike you can catch in the desolate pocket or deep, whatever it's called, the desolate deep. For the shiny version model has changed. Knowing this game, it's probably another Easter egg. It might not be. So, and yeah. And now, one of the most important changes to this patch, we all know the nuclear enchant, but basically, I'm so lucky to get this. But basically, instead of it usually in the old patch, it was 2x multiplier for money, but now it's 4x multiplier. So it makes the nuke entirely itself worth more. It's quite useful now. So if you get a nuke, use it because the mutation is 4x, which is one of the highest. So to compare that, the Auroran mutation is 6.5, I'm pretty sure, and the sunken is 8. So having nuclear as 4 is pretty good. Now I'll speak about more enchants later, like the Abyssal enchant. I'll speak about that later in the video. But now let me speak about a change, like really minor changes to the game. We all know the Trident door. You'd use E pumpkin to get through it, to glitch through it there, and you can't do it anymore. You need the bestiary. That's fixed. But the thing is, you can use this glitch at the door, the depths door. You don't need the key, and I'll show you guys a clip of how I do it. You can use the same tactics. You just use the E pumpkin. I'll show you guys a clip of how I do that. Shift lock. So if it's in front of you, so when it's in front of you, which is kind of hard to see, you have to shift lock, because it pushes your body into the wall like that. So basically, it might take a while to get through both. There we go. See, so that's basically what you want to do. You want to try and put it when the pumpkin's in front of you. So you're gonna walk against the wall in front of you and then shift lock. Basically, when the animation plays, it pushes you through the wall, and that's how you get into this door, and that's how you used to get into the trap. Basically, yeah, you don't need a key to get in. That's like, do it as soon as possible because they're definitely gonna patch that within the next 2 days, or maybe not because they have their hands quite full on the Megalodon event, which is coming up. Now, something else that was fixed is gifting. We all know gifting, Game Pass gifting. Apparently there was a bug with it, and it didn't work for some players, but now it's fixed. If it's fixed, you can now gift Game Passes to people, and it would work successfully. This mostly is just a patch note video, but I want to also mention the Abyssal Rod of the Depths. So basically, the Abyssal enchant is quite important because in the past on the wiki, it would used to say the Abyssal enchant would give 2x, but apparently not, because now it was changed from 2x to 3.5x. So to compare that, the Atlantean is 3x and the Abyssal is 3.5x, and you have a 10% chance of getting your fish as Abyssal, and then on top of that, it has 80% chance to give your fish a 1.3 weight multiplier. So it would explain why I have many big relics or big fish or big crates, because the Abyssal has an 80% chance of increasing your fish's weight or item's weight you caught up by 1.3x. And now the other 20% is a debuff. it has a 20% chance to decrease your fish's weight by 0.6. But in my opinion, it's good. Like, the enchant itself is good because 80% chance to get a 1.3x multiplier. It's insane. Yeah, anyway, that's been the patch notes for today. It's quite interesting because it does nerf the chance of getting mythicals and legendaries from the depths quite a bit, but it's still probably the best money making method in the game. So, anyway, yeah, see ya.